Then he remembers, as one remembers an island of consciousness preceded and followed by long anesthesia, going forward to meet the unmanned for what seemed the 1000th time, and knowing clearly that he could not fight much more. He remembers seeing the enemy for a moment looking not like Weston but like a mandrill, and realizing almost at once that this was delirium. He wavered. Then an experience that perhaps no good man can ever have in our world came over him. A torrent of perfectly unmixed and lawful hatred. The energy of hating, never before felt without some guilt, without some dim knowledge that he was failing fully to recognize the sinner from the sin, rose into his arms and legs till he felt they were pillars of burning blood. What was before him appeared no longer a creature of corrupted will. It was corruption itself, to which will was attached only as an instrument. Ages ago it had been a person, but the ruins of personality now survived in it only as weapons at the disposal of a furious, self-exiled negation. It is perhaps difficult to understand why this filled Ransom not with horror, but with a kind of joy. The joy came from finding at last what hatred was made for. As a boy with an axe rejoices in finding a tree, or a boy with a box of colored chalks rejoices on finding a pile of perfectly white paper, so he rejoiced in the perfect congruity between his emotion and its object. Bleeding and trembling with weariness as he was, he felt that nothing was beyond his power, and when he flung himself upon this living death, this eternal surd in the universal mathematic, he was astonished, and yet, on a deeper level, not astonished at all at his own strength. His arms seemed to move quicker than his thought. His hands taught him terrible things. He felt its rib break. He heard its jawbone crack. The whole creature seemed to be crackling and splitting under his blows. His own pains, where they tore him, somehow failed to matter. He felt he could so fight, so hate with such a perfect hatred for one whole year.